Hey, it's Bill here, and I'm going to review Premier League Day 2 and give my Premier League 3 predictions for tomorrow. I'm posting this tonight. I figured it's top of mind. I just ended up watching the darts and saves me from having to do a video in the morning. Maybe I get a little bit of extra beauty sleep. As you can tell, I need the beauty sleep, right? So let's go through the matches today. I had the same record I did the previous day. I had 2 right with 1 perfect score. Jose de Souza let me down 3 darts at 24. Couldn't get it done to get a tie. And we'll talk about the Peter Wright and whatever James Wade threw a little bit later on. But if we go through the first game, I thought it was a pretty good game. Jose de Souza, Gary Anderson, big scores. Again, I thought it should have been a tie. That's 2 Jose's given away. I think he's going to come back to regret that. To be honest with you, you can't have 1 point after that. And playing not badly. To me, he should have 3 points after the first 2 games. It's not like his schedule is going to get any easier. So I think in terms of if I was a Jose de Souza fan, I might turn the worry button up just a smidgen because he's going to, you're giving away points there. But fair enough. The next game up, Johnny Clayton against Glenn Durant. I called 7-2. It ended up being 7-3, but I really called that. Johnny Clayton was killing him, and it's like he just kind of started throwing. It's like you feel sorry for them. I get it. You're smoking someone. They're struggling. You take the concentration barrier off a little bit, and especially a guy like Johnny Clayton, who seems to be an overall very nice guy, probably watching the darts, and he's probably actually cheering for him behind. And when you start doing that, it tends to affect your game. I think that's what happened here. I think it should have been 7-0. It's not like Glenn Durant threw anything well. And again, if I take a look at those stats, scores under 60. It's 1 every 3 darts. Like, I think it took like about 6 legs before Durant even hit a 140. It's not easy to watch. Do I think Glenn Durant can get out of it? Yeah. It's now been, we're going on 6-7 months of this though. I understand the COVID and getting sick from that. Maybe there's some left over. Do I think he can bring it back? Yeah, of course I do. It's just really, it's not fun to watch right now, and I'm really worried about the damage that this is going to cause, because I don't think it's going to get any better. So fair enough. Next matchup, I called this one perfect. Dimitri Vandenberg snuck over the line, 7-5 with Nathan Aspinall. Great game. I called it beforehand. It's two in a row where I called the game you want to watch. Let's see how I do for tomorrow. But Dimitri Vandenberg won 7-5. Again, Dimitri's playing fantastic. I thought Nathan Aspinall played okay, but he had those low scores. If I look at it now, Dimitri Vandenberg is 1 out of 10 on his 9 darts, throwing 60 or less. I mean, he played fantastic. He was always hitting, worst case, he's hitting in 93. He in his first 9 darts, he's getting down there. His doubles were really bad today. His doubles were atrocious. I think it was like 26%. It was bad. But his scoring is just right up there. And again, I worry about what does it tomorrow if Dimitri shows up like that, because Glenn Durant's just struggling to even get 100 out, and Dimitri Vandenberg's hitting 100 as his worst score. So it'll be interesting to see that game tomorrow. I'll give you my predictions in just a second. And the next match, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this. Okay, so I did say I don't think Michael Van Gerwen's in Peter Wright's head. It's obvious he is. Peter Wright, this is a game where you throw a dart and you have 101 average and are 6 for 6 on the doubles in your previous game against Johnny Clayton, and you played great. And you come out with a new setup against Michael Van Gerwen. You're adding variation to your game. The whole point of darts is to reduce the variation, which means every time you throw a dart, you want it to be the same as the one before. Triple 20, triple 20, triple 20. You go 6 for 6 on your doubles. You average 101, and you think that you need to change setup. And of course, you do what you do with Michael Van Gerwen. You toss shit, and you're down 2-2. You're not down. You change your darts back to the ones you threw the other day. You then have an opportunity at 75 to break them. See, people are going to see the scoreline as 7-2 and think Michael Van Gerwen killed him. I watched the game. That was not the case. 2 darts, double 12, and then double 6. You miss them. You would have broke them. You would have been up 3-2 on your throw. And, of course, Michael Van Gerwen, who, by the way, enough of this crap. Anyone who thinks Michael Van Gerwen is confident is missing the point. The man cheered like he won the world championship, taking out a 56 in 17 darts. That's embarrassing. I don't... I'm not done yet. Okay, he gets the break in the next match. I don't know what Wright threw. We're down again. 76 for Wright to get a break back. He got broken. Now he's got a chance to get a break back and get back on point. He's got 76. He gets one dart at double top, and he hits the wire. It wasn't a bad dart. Michael Van Gerwen then steps up. He's got 40 left. Misses the 40, misses the double 10, and then hits the double 5 and cheers like he just won the world championship. Hurrah! It can't get any more embarrassing. And then he comes in and talks about being in your pocket. Here's a thought, Michael Van Gerwen. You're an embarrassment. You are thinking that taking out 40 in 3 darts or taking out 56 in 17 darts deserves a roar. It's, you know, I saw Aspinall take out a 144 when Dimitri Vandenberg's on a 32. I think it was a 15 darter to do that. Well, Dimitri missed a dart at 32. Fair enough, let it rip. That's a 144. Give it. Now Aspinall gave it, but he didn't give it like Michael Van Gerwen. I hit a 56. I'm a bum player. I hit a 56. I don't cheer. I might get happy if I hit like 100 out. Okay, well, fair enough. 99 out would be nice. 56. I'm not cheering 56. 40? I missed the first 2 and hit the third one in double 5, and I'm cheering like I won the world championship. God damn, it's a disgrace. Anyways, they're better players. I like watching Michael Van Gerwen play. I like watching Peter Wright play. They played like shit. That was garbage. I'm sure if I watched a challenge tour, I'd probably be the online darts with, I don't know, Alan Sherrick against Colin Osborne. I'll watch that. Probably play better than that. So yes, I do think Peter, you probably have him in your pocket. He's in your head, because I don't know what Peter Wright did. I'm upset for Peter Wright because he's throwing darts, changing his darts and whatever. But Michael Van, he's not half as, changing his darts is not as half as embarrassing for hitting a 56 and cheering like he won a world championship for 17 darter. You hit an 11 darter with 56 while a guy's on a double? Okay. You hit a 144 while the guy's on 32 like Aspinall? Okay. You're Gary Anderson, you had 156 to win the match? I didn't see him go, rah. You know why you're doing it? My theory on why Michael Van Gerwen's giving this rah shit. It's because he has no confidence. Peter Wright says he's not going to win a TV tournament. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I'm leaning that he certainly doesn't think he's gonna. If you're cheering like that, or maybe Peter Wright's in your head. Because why would you do that? I would just love to have seen Mervyn King's reaction to that. That would have been fantastic. Actually, what I would have liked to have seen is someone who's got a temper sit at the back and watch that. I know Gerwin Price does the 180 and he gives a raw once in a while. When you're in a close match, yeah, sure, give her. Hit a 117. Where'd I go, Michael? I hit a 117. Put a 1 in the 5 and 119 and 2 in the triple 19. Rawr. Fuck. I don't even know what to say. I get all these interviewers. They give Michael Van Gerwen. They don't ask him the dumb, like, ask him a question. Why do you roar like an idiot? Rawr. Anyways, that was a terrible match to watch. And actually, the next match was even worse. You got James Wade, Mr. Personality, Mr. Blah, 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 against Rob Cross. Again, as many of you know, I don't think Rob Cross is a horrible player. I didn't think he was going to get relegated. Never thought he was. This kind of proving my point. Although I also thought Gary Anderson was going to get relegated, and I might be eating my words on that one. Okay, but I did that because I didn't know the way Gary Anderson was going to play. When you got Rob Cross, he came out, and James Wade just didn't get out of the blocks. Here's what I don't understand. Okay, they had to put badges on James Wade. Like, right off the bat, Rob Cross comes down. It's not like Rob Cross took a lot of time. They shake hands. James Wade throws his first 3 darts and then goes back and throws 3 more darts and doesn't wait for Rob Cross. That's bullshit, bud. Like, and of course, like, the ref goes, Russ Bray's kind of like, you threw 2 in a row. And of course, now James Wade has been hard done by. Like, come on, you played a million matches, James. You did it. You threw 2 in a row. I don't know what you're trying to prove. Maybe you're saying Rob Cross was slow. And then you've got to put stickers on or something. Whatever. It was a terrible match. James Wade threw like crap. Rob Cross didn't play overly great, but good enough to get the result. And so you win. Again, the last 2 matches, you on paper, you would think of Van Gerwen, Wright, it would be a good match. And typically it's not bad. World Championship was great. You've had the banter where, Wright did the duck in trying to hit a triple, I think it was a triple 20 underneath, and he hit a couple 170 and then got the crowd fired up before he went to a bulldog and all that stuff. And it probably meant in front of a crowd, maybe it would have looked a lot better, but you averaging 92 and 89, and like, I don't think Peter Wright, I think if you would have interviewed Peter Wright, he'd be embarrassed. He wouldn't be embarrassed by his actions, he'd be just embarrassed of the way through. Probably would have said, maybe I started with these darts that played good yesterday, so try that tomorrow, that'd be great. But you're embarrassed for Michael Van Gerwen for acting like a 14-year-old kid who just got a box of chocolate. Roar! Fuck. Anyways, let's go on to tomorrow. Mr. Roar is taking on Rob Cross in the first match. I'll go with Mr. Roar to do a couple of roars. I got a 21 darter. Roar. He'll beat Rob Cross 7-3. The next one, I saw an interview with Dimitri Vandenberg. He's playing Glenn Durrant. Again, I think Dimitri Vandenberg could put a beating on. It could get embarrassing. But again, it's that respect for Glenn. I'm sure Glenn is a nice guy. A lot of players mention that he's a nice guy. He's done a lot of coaching. I'm sure Glenn Durrant, none of us want to see Glenn Durrant play bad. It's not like we sit there, we're cheering, we're going, oh, let's make sure Glenn Durrant's going to play horrible. It's just the fact he is, right? You're hoping it turns around. But I think Dimitri Vandenberg is going to have the exact same thing happen with Johnny Clayton. He's going to get a good lead, and then he's going to look around and go, take a little bit of the concentration off. And I see that one being still a win for him, but 7-3. Peter Wright against Gary Anderson. Now, I predicted this. The first game, I predicted Peter Wright, Johnny Clayton is the best match. I think I was right. I picked Nathan Aspinall against Dimitri Vandenberg yesterday as being the best match. I was right. This will be the best match, in my opinion. I think Peter Wright can't come out and... First of all, you're not going to have banter with Gary Anderson. Okay? Gary Anderson's going to throw darts. He ain't going to banter about nothing. And I think, there's no way that Peter Wright's going to say anything negative or start chirping Gary Anderson. I think they're like, well, I don't know if they like each other, but they certainly were World Cup teammates. I think, instead of worrying about who you're playing, I think Peter Wright will be, hey, I better play good to beat Gary Anderson, and Gary Anderson's going to think the same. Gary Anderson's scoring again today was really good. If I take a look at his stats, he's second best when it comes to not hitting a 16 your first 9 darts. Dimitri Vandenberg is the best right now. If I take a look at Peter Wright again, even though he had played bad today, he's 20%. It's 1 every 5 times he gets 60. I just think Peter Wright goes back to those darts and he hits the doubles a little bit. He can't be any worse than he was today. And I know Gary had a good day with the darts. I think it was 50%. He'll probably get somewhere 33. Really struggled and thought maybe this would be a tie. Maybe it'll be a tie. It probably will be a tie. But I'm still going to take Peter Wright to win this one 7-5. I think it'll be a great game. It's going to be the one to watch. Next one up, Nathan Aspinall against James Wade. I think another close contest. I think you like Wade on the experience, but you know, Nathan Aspinall has played really well. I didn't expect him to. I expect to be a good game today, but he was hitting a lot of 180s and doing well. I think he'll get over the line here. So I'm going to take Nathan Aspinall to beat James Wade 7-5. And then Johnny Clayton against Jose De Souza. First of all, there could be 75 miscounts in this match. You'll see when did Jose De Souza go for 72, trying to go double 18 right off the bat. He missed the first double 18 and then put the next two in. I do enjoy watching Jose De Souza play because you have no idea. What did he do? Start on 162, he started on the 19s. Or 264, he started on the 19, hit 119, then went back up to 20. Even if you get two of them, bud, that doesn't give you a finish. He's something else to watch. And Johnny Clayton, although I haven't seen it as much recently, he does struggle with the counting. I think it'll be a good match. But Johnny Clayton has had Jose De Souza's number. If you go back to the European Championship, from that point forward, the Super Series, the Autumn Series, the Fall or the Winter Series, Super Series 1, Super Series 2, Johnny Clayton's had his number, and I see that continuing on. Really, I see Johnny Clayton possibly being, depending on what the score is, maybe even being top of the table by the end of this week. Just looking at a schedule going forward. So I'm going to take Johnny Clayton to win this one. I think it'll be a good game, but 7-5. So again, I'm going to take Mr. Honestly, idiot. Good dart player, but a moron. After today's bullshit. I get it, bud. You're not confident, but you got enough to beat Rob Cross. 7-3. Dimitri Vandenberg to beat Glenn Durant 7-3 in the match that I think is going to be the best one. Peter Wright against Gary Anderson. I say Peter Wright taking this one 7-5. Nathan Aspinall to beat James Wade 7-5, and the same score. Johnny Clayton to beat Jose De Souza 7-5, and watch, there'll be 5 ties tomorrow, and I'll go 0-0. Okay. Hope everyone enjoys the darts. Again, I posted this so I didn't have to get up in the morning and get it. And plus, I might calm down on Michael Van Roaring afterwards. But hope everyone enjoys the darts. We'll see how they go tomorrow. Cheers.